Hello everyone. My name is Linda Gunner. I am the CEO and founder of Linda's Perfection Creations. Linda's Perfection Creations is an event planning and wedding decor company. We cater to small and large events in around Philadelphia. If you are joining my channel for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you can get some cool info and everything you need to know about your events and weddings and so on and so forth. I am a master certified wedding planner and a certified florist. I started my business as a hobby and it became what it is now. It's very successful and I'm extremely grateful. I started this video as a challenge to do a video every single day to help future brides, people that are doing events to kind of help give the answers to questions that they may have. I was challenged to get some of my input and things that I know to be able to help. So this is where we started. So today I'm going to talk about questions that every couple or bride you need to know that you're going to be, I should say, you should be expected to answer when you're reaching a planner. For your first initial consultation, these are questions that every wedding planner will ask you, or if they're not, they should be asking you. And if they don't ask you those questions, yeah, it's kind of like a red flags. Most people, I would say, me. For my intake, when you sign up for my free consultation, I do get most of that information from you before we even meet. What it does is they help me prepare myself to prepare you for the interview. I don't want you to come there and then answer and then I don't have the questions to what you need. So the basic information that I need to know, I ask you that first. I actually require that for you to send that information. Of course, I send you a template. And you fill it up and send it back to me, and then that way I know how to prepare myself. But just to keep in mind, these are things that you need to know. Oh, excuse me. These are things that they will be asking. So if they already doesn't know the answers to that question, the first question they're going to ask is that, when is your wedding? The date and time. Where is it going to, because the reason for that is that, one, most people will ask you that question even before you meet, because it's that they want to see if that information is on this calendar. I don't want you to come to a consultation only to find out, oh, I'm so sorry, I just said save a spot for you. Let's say if you wait 2 weeks or a week to meet me, and then in the end I don't have that time available. So when you reach out to somebody, whether it's a planner or whoever it is, those are the information they will require you to give first. So they want to know the name, the day, the time of your ceremony. What is the location? Where are you getting married? Those are put to you. And once, do you have a venue? But most of the questions, so if they don't ask you the question up front, just be prepared. They want to know who's getting married. Is it you? Is it a family member? Or, they want to know the kind of ceremony that you're having. So be prepared to answer the question. One of the most important questions that every planner will ask you, and if not, she will ask you, is that, what's your overall budget for the wedding? So if you don't know your overall budget for the wedding, have a ballpark. Research on Google to see what is the average cost for a wedding, and then you can decide. As I always said in my budget meeting, before you start reaching out to people, you should know how much money you want to spend. Because the thing about it is that people cannot help you if they don't know. And even if they help you, you're going to go overboard and things going to get too crazy. For me, if you don't have a budget, I do help you narrow it down to give some kind of idea and give you some information to help it, because wedding can be expensive, it can be cheap, or sometimes you may allocate the funds to something that's going to be ridiculous and you may not get what you want. So I don't want it. Another question you should be prepared to ask is, how large is your wedding size? How many guests are you expecting? 50, 100? Is it going to be small? Is it going to be big? They want to know. Another thing is that, who's officiating the wedding? Is it going to be in the church? Is it going to be on the island? Is it going to be out of the country? Is it going to be in your home? They need to know these things. So be prepared to ask a question. Is it a marker wedding? Is it a traditional wedding? Is it a papa wedding? What kind of wedding are you having? What kind of ceremony? Do you have a theme? Is it going to be elegant? Is it going to be simple? And one thing I would say, simple. Most of the time when people hear simple, they just think like basic. It doesn't necessarily mean that way. Simple just means, something small, something. So there's a lot of term for simple. So when people hear the word simple, they just think, oh my God, you say my wedding's going to be simple. It's not that. It just means to say that what style it is, romantic, so on and so forth. And they want to know, If you don't have a date, what month were you thinking about? First of all, if you're reaching out to a planner, you should have to have some kind of dates in mind, because they're going to help you if you don't have a date. If you say, well, I don't know, I was thinking about this weekend. If you're thinking about multiple weekends, if they're far back, hey, I just want to know, I'm flexible, want to know if you have this date available. That's something they can definitely check. Keep in mind, if you are getting married during the holiday season, it's going to be a lot expensive because most planner, nobody wants to work during holiday. Even you don't want to work on Christmas. You don't want to work on the weekend of New Year's Eve. You don't want to work on Thanksgiving. So if you're picking those holidays that major holiday, be prepared to spend a whole lot more than you will pick on anything else. And another thing is that especially a specific place you want your wedding to be held. Is it a specific venue you have in mind, or do you doing something and you don't mind which venue? Do you already have a venue? So be prepared to answer this question, because those are things that everybody want to know. Do you have a specific weekend, a specific day, so the day that signifies something special to you? These are all for guests wedding party who hasn't decided, but if you already decide, don't worry about asking it. Is the wedding going to be in the day? Is it going to be in the night? Is it going to be May? Is it going to be breakfast wedding? Is it going to be lunch? How many hours are you planning to have this wedding? Is it a 5-hour ceremony, 6 hours? From start to finish, it's going to be a 10-hour day, 14. It's just all these questions. So they're going to come at you with a lot of questions. As I said, for me, that's why I like to get that information ahead of time. So once you come into the consultation, we can just go forward and go to the other things, that instead of me sitting there just asking a question back to back. So, but be prepared, whether from start or whether it's from finish, to be prepared to ask those questions. Is it a multiple days event? Some traditional event, like Indian weddings, some African weddings, some tradition have wedding for multiple days. Sometimes a 3-day event. It can be a week-long event. It can be a 2-week-long event. So it all based that those are things that people, just to get a better idea, what is your schedule like for your wedding? What is your day like? You're having a bridal shower, a bachelorette party, a rehearsal dinner. So be prepared. If you don't know the whole idea, the reason why I'm doing this is that if you don't have an idea, start writing these down and start to answer this question already before you start reaching the people. Because once you start reaching the people, if they don't know, you just feel like maybe they're kind of brushing you off. They're not. But in order for them to better do their job, they need to know all this information. Kudos to all the brides and grooms who already have that. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys because it makes it awesome. People who have the question to answer to all these questions, and it just make it go like that. Like, all right, you on point. But everybody's not the same. Everybody are at different stages. But if you don't know the answer to this question, start looking at this question. And then also, okay, are you getting far away from the destination people, or is it something local? What do you want your ceremony to look like? Is it an outdoor ceremony? Is it an indoor? Is it in a church? Is it in the same venue? So those are the things that you need to know, that these are the answer. If it is a destination wedding, are your wedding party flying over there? Do you want a planner to just help you manage things here, and then the wedding coordinator down there, the on-site coordinator, will manage everything? What are the things that you need? How is your guest going to get to the location? It's going to be a day event. Is it going to be a weekend event? So keep in mind, these are things that you definitely need to do. What is your budget for your wedding dress, if you already having budgets? For your flowers, how many budget do you allocate for your flowers? What is it trying to spend? What are the responsible, your bridesmaid? What are the responsible? Will you need a makeup artist? Will you need a hairstylist? How would your wedding party get there? Are they spending the night at a hotel close by? Would the guests be chartered to the events? Are they driving? Would there be parking? Do you need help with invitation, photographer, videographer? What kind of flowers do you want? Like, who's walking you down the aisle? What are the things you need to do to rehearse a dinner? Is it going to be a social event? There are a lot of questions that are going to come to you. With the food, is going to be a cater event. Is it going to be plated? Is it going to be buffet? Is it going to be station? Are you serving snacks? So keep in mind that they're going to come at you a lot. The reason why we ask the question is to get in your mind and be able to plan, because you have all these ideas in your head. And the better we know, the more we know, the better we can help you. And then we can see, okay, you know what, if this is something I want to do, if something I don't want to do. It might say something simple, as it might be complicated, it's within my stat. So these are questions that we ask to make sure that everything is there. So that is all for today. I will try to add on to the second one because there's still a lot more that I didn't talk about, but I will try to do another video of that. But thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. For more information, you can go to my website at www.lyndaperfect.creationseven.com to learn more about my services. Thank you and have an amazing day. Bye.